I'm a little behind in the chat, guys, just so you know. I'm scrolling through the chat right now. I think I'm like 3 minutes behind. Yeah, just imagine how pissed the interlopers are now. For real. For real. For real. I have talked to Project Veritas before. I don't know. I don't know that that's gonna work out, like, for many reasons. No shade at James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe is awesome. But, you know, and I'm friendly with them. I'm friendly with Project Veritas. I have no shade against them. I just I got assaulted by their security guard. That's real. I got assaulted by the security guard last week here at CPAC, and I don't know that I've gotten over it. And it really pissed me off, and I don't know. Um, Alexander said it didn't get far. They talked about the threat of YouTube hate channels. We're not a hate channel. Put us in groups to introduce ourselves and then announce they're closing it because they're scared. Hey, how do we do our Illumination podcast? Savrits, we're gonna have to put a pin in that one for right this second, but I assure you we'll do it at some point. I think it'll be a good talk. Zacho Crazy says Vermont's open meeting law requires all meetings of public bodies to be open to the public at all times unless a specific exception applies. Okay, Vermont Human Rights Commission, what was your specific exception to having a closed private meeting with children on the internet? You just violated Vermont open meeting law, bitches. When a public body holds a remote meeting, it must use technology that allows the public to attend by electronic or other means. Allow the public to access the meeting by telephone whenever feasible. And they did, Scott, but then they kicked us all out. And the Vermont Human Rights Commission wanted to have a private meeting of people who politically agree with them. The Vermont Human Rights Commission violated Vermont state open meeting law by kicking out people who don't politically agree with them. Like, this is like not an insignificant thing. Yeah, Jess T says, I'd be so pissed if I was a parent right now and got kicked out because they don't want anyone outside to see their viewpoints about this stuff. They closed it because they found out too many people were attending to spy on them. But guess what? When you're a government agency, people who politically disagree with you are allowed to attend your meetings. When you're a government agency, you are a government agency. You know they're watching us right now too. They're absolutely watching us right now. What would everyone in the chat like to say to the Vermont Human Rights Commission? Because we know that they are watching us right now. So I will display, if you have a message for the Vermont Human Rights Commission that you would like me to display on the screen to pass on to them, please let me know what you would like to say to them, and we will pass this on. Yep. Stop grooming children. Yes. Yep. Welcome to the party, y'all. Okay, groomer. You must not go against the party. Groom no more. Hey, sweeties, how's your day going? How's your day going? Government employees don't have free speech. They're servants of the public. Vermont Human Rights Commission, what are you hiding? What is your obsession with sex and kids? Vermont, you are actively abusing children. Well, Richard, they can say they had technical difficulties all they want. We had 2 people in there that have told us flat out that they were canceling the webinar because they knew we were streaming live on the internet. And then they booted us out, but we still had spies and we were doing a play-by-play. You can run, but you can't hide, Vermont Human Rights Commission. You can't hide, darlings. My pretties. Jake says, Vermont Human Rights Commission, you are a hate group disguised as a government agency. There's no reason for your meetings to not be public unless you are a hate group. Vermont groomers can run, but they can't hide. Vermont Human Rights Commission, okay, groomer. I said this earlier, but the Vermont Human Rights Commission should stop being pussies. If you're so proud of what you're doing, show it to the world. I think that that is a great perspective to have. Grow up and stop grooming. We see what you're doing. Stop grooming children. AM says, gays against grooming. We're coming for your ass. If you aren't grooming children, what do you need to hide? I heard the next meeting is going to be in a pizza shop. Brent, always in with the snide remark. Always in with the snide remark. Dear Vermont Human Rights Commission, I am an LGBTQ supporter and inclusive educator. I would have loved to hear your viewpoint, but now everyone will assume the worst. Sunlight is the best disinfectant. Thank you, Sam. I mean, Vermont Human Rights Commission, you may not know this, but I grew up in Vermont. I grew up in Williamstown. The first major political issue that I was ever involved with in my life was supporting civil unions in Vermont. I am not a hate channel. I am not opposed to LGBTQ people. I do not care if you are gay. I do not care if you are bi. I do not care if you're pansexual. I don't care if you are trans. I don't care if you're non-binary. I think everyone should be allowed to live their best life. I don't give a fuck. I have actively worked my entire life to campaign for issues relating to gay rights. The problem is not gay rights. The problem is not that this is a hate channel. Like, you just fucking lied about me. You lied about me in a government meeting. The problem is not gay people. The problem is that you are indoctrinating children. That is the problem. The problem is that you are not allowing children to discover who they are and come out in their own time. Pete Buttigieg did not come out of the closet until he was in his 30s, Vermont Human Rights Commission. Why are you forcing children to come out in elementary school or middle school? Why are you having entire webinars about this that you are hiding from the public? Why do you oppose uncivil unions, Karlyn? Well, civil unions, AD, I know you're being facetious. Civil unions were the precursor to gay marriage. I was very much in favor of civil unions in Vermont. I always was. I was always in favor of gay marriage. I have no issue with that. I have no issue with using pronouns that people prefer because I believe in offering basic respect and courtesy. I have no issues with children socially transitioning when they're actually trans, when they're actually experiencing gender dysphoria. I have no issues with students going to therapy for that. Oh, Melanie wants to know what the call-in number is. Melanie, let me put the link in the chat. Guys, only Melanie can come and talk to me about what just happened, okay? This is the link for call-ins, Melanie. If you want to come on and tell us about what just happened, just follow that link. And that'll bring you into StreamYard. You don't have to show your face, but if you want to talk about what just happened, I would love to hear it. Oh, Melanie's calling in and playing the recording. I don't know if we're going to be able to make that work, but we'll give it a try. Want to violate open meeting law on us? Who do they think they are? Guys, Melanie only for call-ins, please. We can do call-ins after. We can do call-ins with everyone else after we try to work this out with Melanie, okay? I attract gay men like a goddamn magnet. And I either want to call me a hate channel? Okay, Melanie is here. Melanie, you want to be on camera? You're good with that? You don't have to be. You can turn off your camera. It's up to you. I just don't want to bring you on until you're good. Oh. Give me a thumbs up when you're good. You're good? Okay. Melanie, our spy, welcome to the stream.
Sorry, I had to mute you on the YouTube, but I can go into this and play it for you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Anyone else? I want to say that at the top of our event, because there may be folks here streaming a live stream to folks who don't share those, to folks who would question the existence and the rightness of respect, safety, and dignity for queer and trans youth. that at the top of this event, the 3 facilitators and Amanda Garces from the HRC, we decided that we wanted to have this event, even though we have not consented to having this live stream, nor have we consented to the vitriol and hate that we're expecting to be posted on those YouTube channels in response to our truth and the dignity and respect that is deserved to LGBTQ plus youth. We can't control that, but we want to create an opportunity for folks to be in choice about staying on this call. If it feels like a space that you don't feel like you can be in, please be in choice. And there's many places and ways that you can learn about these issues. But we also want to let folks know that if you're in the space and you're holding those views, that your questioning of that reality is not welcome here. So we're going to try to hold a space that uplifts and affirms the dignity of queer and trans people. Knowing that this may be live streamed right now on channels on YouTube where folks are expressing hate, we wanted to take this opportunity to not ignore that. And we're going to have an opportunity for folks right now to move into small groups, to introduce themselves, to share why they're here, and to notice if you have anything in this conversation, you're like, wow, I came to learn about LGBTQIA inclusion about schools, but instead, I'm confronted with the reality that this workshop is being live streamed on a hate channel. So like, I'm we honestly have known this for about 20 minutes. We're trying to make this salient and responsive. So I guess what I'd like to offer right now is we're going to have groups of 3. We're going to break folks out into groups of 3. To introduce yourself, you want to introduce yourself with your name, your pronouns, where you are located, what brought you here today, and what does it mean? What does it mean for you that this possibility is happening right now? Just to have a little conversation in groups of 3. And this is something that something we just learned that we're trying to be responsive to and not ignore. I want to ask you to please hang with us and experiment in checking in with each other about what this means for you and also what brought you here today. I'm going to pause just for a second to see if you have a question. I think it goes to in the chat. You're welcome to ask a question, but what we're going to do is do some breakout rooms right now. It's for folks to introduce themselves and say why they're here and what it might mean to you to know that this possibility is happening right now. Questions? Okay. Cool. I'm going to do some breakout rooms. Give me a second.
The superintendent was in the room that I was in.
Oh, the superintendent from Burlington?
From Champaign Valley.
Okay. Oh, that was what you said. Superintendent. Okay.
Let's do 4 breakout rooms.
Melanie, you are a champion. Thank you. Thank you.
Your names, your pronouns, where you're located, why you're here today, and what does it mean to you that this may be streaming on channels that are seeking to foment hate towards LGBTQ+. All right. We have a go. 10 minutes. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll come say hi. There we go. Put in the room. You are now in a breakout session. You are muted.
Oh, that's you. I was getting back to you from my computer. Oh, here it is.
Hi. Hi, how are y'all? I'm well. How about you? Doing very well. Just happy to be here tonight, and it's always intrigued at where presentations on topics such as these are going, especially in this in the internet world. So I'm like, what? How is that possible? But I'm glad we're still doing it. So I guess we've been charged with sharing our pronouns and sharing who we are. So I'll be happy to go first. My name is Vinay Sanchez, and I am the superintendent of Champlain Valley School District in Vermont, and I am he, him.
I can still hear you in it.
Yeah.
I'll go next. It's great to see you. I'm a graduate of that school district. My name is Christy. I use she, her pronouns, and I am now an educator in Vermont and glad to be on this call. I always learn so much from V and Amanda, and I'm just interested to hear more about supporting our youth, especially in this moment, and definitely thinking about the woman who lost her life in Morrisville and just how real this is right now in the state of Vermont, and how moments like this with streaming for the purpose of enraging others leads to real impacts for folks. So I'm just sitting with that reality. Okay.
And it's pretty much the end of that because I couldn't talk.
Yeah. Well, Melanie, I really, really appreciate you recording that for us, and I would like to get a copy of that recording.
I emailed it to you.
You did? Okay. Which email address did you,
Actively, ACTIVELY, unwoke, UNWOKE,
at Gmail?
gmail.com. Yes.
I don't see it. Let me just double check.
I sent it to you twice.
I did get it. Okay, so I've got that recording. Melanie, I'm so appreciative of you doing this for us. Thank you so much. Would you like to join the Unwoke Army and be?
I would. You know,
yeah.
I live in Maine. My daughter was groomed by the Pathfinders program and the GSTA and taken from me and her two little brothers. And it's been almost 3 years since I've seen her.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry to hear that.
You know, people, they really don't know what's going on in schools. I had no idea.
I know. And this is
why I just want
to
help parents because only by the grace of God have I been able to, and my boys been able to continue on because it's really hard.
Mm-hmm. Well, Melanie, you did help people tonight. You got us an inside view into what they're doing. We're pretty sure that the Vermont Human Rights Commission tonight broke Vermont open meeting law, and we are going to be FOIA-ing them to no end. And when you come and join the Unwoke Army, you're going to be able to help us expose, like what we're literally working on right now to give you and everyone else some insight is we are working on making contact with parents in Vermont to try to help people understand what's going on. We're working on grassroots strategies to get the word out because the media is not covering this at all. And so this is going to be really helpful for exposing. They literally had a struggle session tonight about how they were feeling about getting exposed to the public with what they're trying to do. So I just want to really big thank you and round of applause for you. You were a warrior tonight, and we really appreciate
babies. That's it.
Yeah, we gotta expose what's going on.
And one other thing, in K through 12 in Maine, they have even kindergartners, when they go into the classroom, the teacher will put her hand up in the air and she'll have her index finger up or both fingers up. And she'll ask the little kids, how are you guys feeling today? Are you feeling like a boy or a girl today? And she'll have her hand in the air, her arm in the air, and until all the little kids get settled, they all put their arm in the air with their fingers up, one or two, and that's how they're feeling genderly that day.
That is insane.
So if you ever go to a public school and you see a teacher doing that in the early morning, that's what they're doing.
Well, thank you for helping us figure that out. And again, we'll connect in the Unwoke Army. Is there anything else you would like to say or anything you'd like to plug tonight? You good?
No, I'm good.
Awesome.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you. I mean, we literally could not have done this tonight without you and Alexandra being in there. And I know Alexandra wants to protect what her voice sounds like, so she's putting some stuff in the Unwoke Army Discord. But we'll get you in there, and we're gonna fight back, and we're gonna make sure people know what's going on, what these people are trying to hide.
There was nobody like you in 2019 when it happened to our family. And if you even spoke of it, people were like, oh my gosh, you must have just been a horrible person.
You know, I mean, not to sound cheesy, but it's people like you that keep me doing this. This is not necessarily the easiest thing in the world to do, and I really appreciate you, and I'm so sorry that what's happened to you has happened to you, but we're going to fight back and we're going to win.
Don't be sorry. My daughter's 18, and if I can help another mother not go through the pain that we went through, it's all for it. It's worth it all.
Well, you are a goddess. I hope I get to meet you sometime. I come to Maine, you know, not like pretty often, so I'm not that far away. And
My husband works for a Vermont company, so.
Well, I hope I get to meet you someday and give you a big hug in person, all right?
Awesome. Thank you kindly.
Thank you, Melanie. Oh my God. They slandered me in that meeting. The Vermont state government just slandered me, and we have it on recording. Wow, man. They literally just had I don't know how good the sound was for you guys, but I could hear everything. I can usually hear better in my headphones. I don't know how the sound worked for you guys, but I've got the recording. They literally slandered me in that meeting. That is a state commission. They held they slandered they slandered everyone. They slandered every single person watching this. They're trying to hide. A state organization is trying to hide what they're doing from the public and slandering everyone who doesn't politically agree with them. We got you recorded, Vermont Human Rights Commission. You tried to hide. You failed. You tried to hold a struggle session about your feelings about the fact that we were opening your meeting when you were violating open meeting laws in the first place. I am fucking floored right now. I campaigned for civil unions in Vermont when it was not popular. I have advocated for gay rights my entire life. I am one of the people that actually tells conservatives, stop pulling this shit with the pronouns, just show basic respect and courtesy. I don't give a flying fuck if kids are trans. I don't give a flying fuck if kids transition. The only thing that I care about is the schools forcing them to do things they don't want to do. Wow. I just got slandered by a state agency. Well, that's going to get broadcast all over the internet, Vermont Human Rights Commission. There's going to be a Substack article about that tomorrow, about how you slandered me on the internet. The recording's going on the internet. We're going to put the recording all over Twitter about how you held a struggle session, about how you like, oh my God, they just made this problem so much worse for themselves. We have the names of everyone that was on that webinar when I was on there. You're about to get a metric fuck ton of FOIA requests. Well, guys, we've got some work to do. If you would like to join my Unwoke Army with Melanie and Alexandra and everyone else, let me just find my actual thing. I have too many screens open on my desktop right now. Where is my screen for the Unwoke Army? There it is. If you would like to join my Unwoke Army and help us fight back against all this insanity in your schools, the very first thing that you need to do is to become a member of my locals community. Now, Melanie, if Melanie is not yet a member of my locals community, Melanie, I'm going to gift you an annual membership in my locals community. So if you are not a member yet, don't worry. I'm going to get you in, and you're gonna get a year on me. You're gonna get a year on me. Alexandra, for your service tonight, I'm gonna gift you some coins and locals, and we're gonna give you a little gift too, because you guys did good work tonight and you deserve it. But if you would like to join my Unwoke Army, the very first thing you need to do is become a supporter in my locals community. The reason that you need to become a supporter in my locals community is this is not like a money-making thing. I need to talk to you in a community Zoom, and I need to decide that you're not crazy. No offense, I know most of you aren't crazy, but I've just encountered way too many crazy people in this unwoke community that is in like the anti-CRT community that is just like gives me pause. You can join the Unwoke Army, and you will also be supporting the work I'm doing by going to kb.locals.com/support, and you can join for $5 a month. You can join for $50 a year. You can make a one-time gift. And if you can't afford it, if you really cannot afford $5 to come to my community Zoom meetings, what I want you to do is I want you to hit promo code under monthly, and I want you to type in unwoke and hit apply, and you're going to get a free month. That is 8 community Zoom meetings that you can come to show me that you're not crazy, okay? And then once you do that, you get access to, if you want access to the Unwoke Army Discord, you can get access to the Unwoke Army Discord, which is where we're doing the real work. My Unwoke Army Discord is a no drama Discord. No infighting Discord. There is way too much fighting in the anti-woke community. I can't take it. I cannot have it distracting from the work that we need to do. And so I do want to give as many people access to it as want access to it. We're doing important work right now with Burlington, with Essex Westford. We're going after everyone in Vermont, man, because there's some crazy fucking shit going on in Vermont. And you can help us out, and I would love everyone to do so. And you can do that by becoming a member in Locals First. And then just like we need to know that you're trustworthy. And then you get access to the Unwoke Army Discord, which is separate than my regular supporter Discord. It's a little subgroup. Gypsy Witch Production says, I swear no one groomed my son to be gay. Leave everything alone and it will happen naturally. That's how I feel about it. I think that children should be able to go through the process of discovering who they are, discovering what they like. I don't really care how they turn out, whether it be trans, non-binary, straight, gay, lesbian, whatever. Maybe sometimes they feel like a woman. Maybe sometimes they feel like a man. I don't really care. It is none of my business how you live your life. I am not a hate channel in opposition to what the Vermont fucking state agency, the Human Rights Commission, wants to say about me. That's the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. But the children should not be indoctrinated. I'm sorry. No. And the state should certainly not be doing it. AD says, is that lady projecting? We don't hate trans people. We just want them to be transparent. Yes. No one here hates trans people. Literally no one here hates trans people, Vermont Human Rights Commission. You slandered me as you are violating open fucking meeting law. Are you insane? And then we have, AD in for the win. In for the win with go.vermont.gov/public records request form/FOIA. Let's get our FOIA on. I had never thought in my life I would be so excited about doing those FOIA requests. We're going to do so many FOIA requests. They're going to be the biggest FOIA requests. They're going to be the best FOIA requests. They're going to be overwhelmed with FOIA requests. And when you try to trick us into paying you thousands of dollars for those FOIA requests, we are going to crowdfund those FOIA requests. And we are going to put everything on the internet because you are a state agency. You are a state agency. Don't think we don't know our shit. We are the only real journalists in this fucking game. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to sign off. Please mount that like button on your way out the door. Please make sure you become a member of my Locals community. And please make sure you pre-order Actively Unwoke, the ultimate guide for fighting back against woke insanity in your life. It is available right now on Amazon, on Barnes & Noble, on Books A Million, on Simon & Schuster, on every single website that you can probably find. It is the only practical guidebook that exists on the market for fighting back against the woke. It is coming out on May 10th, a little less than 1 month from today. You can have it show up at your door in hardcover, Kindle, or audio version. If you pre-order today, let's sell this book. Get as many hands, as many people's hands as possible, as many copies in people's hands as possible, so we can teach people how to fight back. It is the first part of the book is a practical breakdown about what the woke ideology is. The second part of the book is filled with case studies, real world case studies of real people just like you who have fought back against the woke and actionable to-dos. And then we've got a chapter on cancellation. We've got a chapter on self-care. And we're going to beat these guys. I can feel it. All right, guys, I'm signing off. I will see you tomorrow, I think around 7. Please keep an eye out tomorrow for announcements because I don't know for 100% that we're doing Spy Stream tomorrow night again. I don't know for 100%, but I'm pretty sure we will be. So I will be updating you all tomorrow. Sean, email sent, paralegal assistance, yes. We are raising an army to go after these people. Volunteer army, all volunteer, all normal people that are doing it because it's the right thing to do. We're not fucking around with journalists anymore because journalists don't do their job. We are doing the journalism and the activism at the same time that the conservative media always should have been doing and failed doing every single time. No offense to conservatives, but we're doing the journalists and the journalism and the activism at the same time. That is what the Unwoke Army is, and we are not stopping anytime soon. I love you guys. Great work tonight. A special salute to Melanie for getting us that recording of a Vermont state agency slandering me on a live webinar. And a salute to Alexandra as well. Alexandra, we're going to take advantage of the fact that you hid your voice. We're going to use that again. And anyone in Vermont, I need every single person in Vermont or who knows someone in Vermont, who has a friend in Vermont, once visited Vermont. I don't really care. Send me an email at activelyunwoke@gmail.com. Send me a DM on Twitter. Get in touch with me. We are starting to coordinate people fighting back in Vermont. We need to let people in Vermont know what's going on. Their media is lying to them. They are not telling them the truth about what's going on in the schools. We need to be the ones telling them. We're working on grassroots strategies to make that happen. Please get in touch with me and we'll coordinate with you. And we're all going to do this together, folks. Takes a fucking village, right? All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night and we'll see you soon.